Hey guys, Katie from the K Show blog here, and today I'm just making a quick video on how to set up your GoPro. So what to do when you first get it, to set it up for using when you're traveling, whenever we can travel again, and just your adventures, like how to set it up. Because I realized I had made blog posts and videos on how to use it for travel, how to take care of it when you swim in the water with it, and all those kinds of things, like when you're actually using it, but never what do you do when you first get it, like what features to turn on or off, like how to set up your defaults and things like that. And I've been with GoPro since the Hero 3. It's a long time now. It feels like part of my family. So that was a long time. They're up to the Hero 9 now. So I've been using them for a while, and my routine is pretty down. So I figured that would be helpful if you are getting a new one. So this, I've been waiting actually to unpack this because I was like, oh, I'll turn this one into a video, and I got it like a month ago and I still haven't unpacked it, but I can finally make a video. I'm excited. It's my new office, by the way. I think it's my first video of my new office, and I get to share the Hero 9 with you. So the first thing, the reason I didn't unpack it, because I wanted to show you that this new one comes with a carry case. They've never done that before. It used to just come in a box that you throw away. But this one seems to have its own carry case, which is going to be very useful for travel, and then even just storing it to prevent the front of the lens cap getting scratches on it. Because if you just put it in your handbag, you've got keys in there, you've got your reusable straws, you've got whatever else that's just gradually going to keep scratching at that lens. If you have it in a backpack, you have all sorts of other things. So having its own carry case is pretty handy. Although I had been using, there's soft felt sunglasses pouches, so it's just almost like a little bag. I'll go get one so I can show you. You know what? I'm not going to show you because I don't know where it is. I have moved and everything's in new systems and I can't find it fast enough. But those little soft pouches that you put sunglasses into, that's what I previously carried my GoPro in, just so it had some protection when it's in my purse or my backpack. So I would still probably use that if I was really pressed for space. I don't have a lot of bag space because this is bulkier, but I'm super stoked. As soon as I saw it, I was so happy because it's so handy to have its own case now. And I mean, you're paying that much for a camera, it's good to get something extra like that. So here's the case that it came in. Pretty cool. And then I got the memory card with it. So usually I think I've had a memory card with all the GoPros I bought because they usually come in a bundle when they first release a new one. So that's pretty cool to be able to get everything in one as well. Otherwise you just need to buy your own memory card and you would have everything else for the GoPro. And so without making it fall out, this is the inside of the case. So I've got the GoPro, battery, and the charger, and then you always get some little mounts to be able to, so when I've done videos in the car of me driving, I'll use the mounts and I just put Velcro on the bottom. But that's cool. So let's take a look at this one. Also, another thing I'm liking about this pouch, so obviously this white part is going to come out and then I can just hold the GoPro inside. And it also has a pouch up here, a little just extra mesh pouch, and that is where I'd keep my charger or spare battery. That's really handy. I'm happy with that. And then this, let's take off the plastic. Cool thing that really made me want to upgrade to the Hero 9 is that they now have a front screen. So if you're taking selfies, you can actually see what you're getting. Now, at first I was like, oh, I don't really need that anyway because I've been using GoPro so long. I kind of know where to hold it, and I take extra photos so that if I got it wrong, I always have backups. But it is so cool to know that that process is going to be a little more streamlined because I can just check. If I'm trying to get a photo for my blog or something, I can just check where everything is and make sure it'll be a good one. So this is the new GoPro. So cool, yeah, so that wasn't there before. There was a screen so you could see, what setting you're on and if it was on or off, but it wasn't an actual screen that you could see what you were taking photos or videos of, and then you've always had that back screen. So that's the only difference compared to the last one. It does look slightly bigger, but I would have to look at my old one to double check. So what I'm going to do first, we'll start getting into the process. I was just talking about it. So we're going to put a battery in. So to put your battery in, there's a little spot on the side, I'll show you, and you just pull this bit down and it pops out. So that's that bit, and then it's waterproof when you go in the water. So battery's in, and I'm also gonna pop the SIM card in and then set everything up. Okay, so pop the SIM card in, pop the battery in, close it back up, and now we're ready to start. So turn it on. The on button is on the side. You only have two buttons. So there's one on the side and one on the top. This one is your on-off button. And you can, well, I don't know yet because I haven't used it, but on the last one you could use this to turn it on, but it would just turn it on and start recording in whatever your default was and then turn off straight after. But we'll see if they kept that feature. Okay, so language is the first thing. We're gonna go English. I don't speak anything else. Agree to whatever the stuff is. So GPS is the next option. It's asking if I want that on or off. It's just obviously gonna record the location. I'm gonna leave that off for right now because I usually know the location. So next we are pairing this to a phone. So when you pair your GoPro to the GoPro app on your phone, you just need to turn your Bluetooth on, your Wi-Fi on, and then have the GoPro app. So once you're in the app, if you're using it for the first time, it'll probably prompt you through the process, I think. If you've had other GoPros before, you're just connecting a new camera. So it's saying it's found my camera, it just wants to connect. It's connecting now. And then you can name it. So I always give mine a funny name. I'm gonna call this one Randy Savage. So it's just updating everything. We need some like coffee talk chat in the middle of this while it does this. So what's that Meg Markle and Harry up to these days? I don't even know what they're up to, but it just seems like they're always up to something. Okay, so it's saying the battery is too low to do that right now because I didn't charge it. I was hoping right out of the box I could make a video, but we will charge it first. It's come in at 7%, so I'm just going to charge it for a little while to get it high enough to be able to set up on the app, and we will reconvene very soon. Okay, so I charged it for a little bit. Now let's try again. Take two. Okay, so while this is loading, I will just let you know that my channel is a female travel blog that gives other travelers with chronic illnesses the confidence and encouragement to travel the world and even travel the world solo. So if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel because it really helps expand my message, help me to help more people. So if you could do that, that would be a big help. And like this video if you like it. I mean, I know it's a bit of a cluster, you know what, but I wanted to go through the GoPro like in real time, like this is what it's like when I, you know, open up a new one and set it all up. I can't do two things at once. Okay, so hang on. Okay, so now that it's paired with my app and they just had like a firmware update, so it's all updated, it's ready to go. What I use the app for, mostly it's just if I need to download a photo really fast, like if I've been out traveling and I just want to get it on my phone really fast, so I can like upload it to Instagram or use it, you know, send it to someone. I would go through the app and just quickly download it, post it. You know, that's mostly what I use it for. You can also use the app for storage, and also sometimes with the front screen you won't need anymore, but I used to use the app if I was like trying to set up a photo. I could set the GoPro and you can view what the GoPro sees through the app. So you can use your phone to control the GoPro taking photos. So I'd set it up, have my phone to know where to stand or whatever, and then just start taking them and throw my phone to the side. So that's the other reasons I've used the app before. I don't use it for that much really. One thing I will notice is like this feels warmer than the other GoPros. Maybe because it's doing more, but it definitely feels warm. Okay, so the main things I do when I set it up. The first thing I'm gonna do is turn that beep that you heard when it turned on. I'm gonna turn that off because that is very annoying. So that is just what you do to get to the settings. I will show you. You're gonna see a close-up of my hand. So we'll see if we can get this to focus. So you're just gonna swipe down. I don't know if it's probably not focusing. So you're just gonna swipe down and that gets you to the settings. So this time, I'm gonna take some videos so like I can show you what I'm seeing, but like you'll actually be able to see it. So this time it just has the little icons. You're gonna press that music one and it turns the beeps off. There we go. This is the worst video. So that's the first thing I do. The voice control is already turned off. That's the next one I would have gone for. And so the beeps I turn off just because they're so annoying. But also if you're swimming, snorkeling, anything like that, that noise going off every time you turn it off and on or whatever is gonna like startle animals or give them something to be afraid of instead of just being like you moving slowly. So if you do like to find animals when you're swimming, it's in your best interest to turn the beeps off. And if you also just want to be courteous while you're like on a day tour or something, like those are so annoying. So turn those off. And then voice control I also turn off just to save a bit of extra battery. And then the next thing I do is turn the Wi-Fi connection, I turn all the connections off because unless I'm using my app, I don't need it on, and it's just gonna be another thing that helps save battery. So for that one, you've swiped down to get to the control panel, then you just swipe left. Which one's the Tinder? Is that swiping left good or bad? I don't use Tinder. So you're swiping left and then you can just see wireless connections. Everything's touchscreen, so you turn that off. Okay, and then you just turn it on when you need to use the app. So it's like you're just turning it on when you need it instead of having it running all the time and using background. Could we not just for a minute? So that's all like the settings I set up, and then just 5 minutes. Can I have 5 minutes? Sorry about that. She just wanted to sit outside. So that's all the settings I set up when I get it, and then the last thing I do is set my defaults so that I can use it fast. Like that's the whole point of the GoPro, is to be able to get it out and use it fast. So for that, I can see my defaults just by pressing that side button, and it will go through, there's 3 defaults and it will go through them. So we'll start with, the first one is time lapse. And then if you press, I'll video this again. Okay, so if you press the time warp at the bottom, that's when you can set your presets to whatever you want it to be. They have ones that you can choose like based on what they've set, and then you can also make your own. If you are talented and like know all those settings that you want, you can customize your own. I usually just have time lapse as the one that's just called time lapse, and it takes 1 photo every half a second. So that's what I'm mostly using when I'm taking a selfie. Yeah, that's probably mostly what I use the time lapse for. It's like taking a selfie either by myself or I'm with someone, I'll just hold it out. It will just continuously go 1 every half a second, and then I just pick my favorite, you know, but you get a few options. And the reason I like to have a few options is because it's on auto settings. So from the time it goes like from in my hand when I'm turning it on out to holding it out, it's got to adjust to different light, so the settings are going to change. And so sometimes that first one is like just a bright flash or, you know, really dark photo because it's in the middle of adjusting. So I, you know, sort of hold it out 5 seconds, you know, and I'll get a few photos. Usually the middle ones are the best. So I do time lapse 1 photo every half a second, and it has like different lenses. I probably keep that one on a wide lens for now, but you can change it to, you know, narrow or wider depending on what you want. I usually do that one as a wide one because if I'm getting a selfie, like I want a lot of the background in there. Mention the other options, like you do have the night lapse and the time warp. So sometimes time warp is that fast-paced video, like if you're driving through somewhere or like walking on a hike or something, it'll make the video seem really fast. And then you have your night lapse settings as well. But what I use the most is the time lapse photos, so that's what I have it set to. Video, I don't usually change much. They just have different settings for the video ones. I usually use activity, but you have a couple of options there. Just pick whichever. Video is the middle one. And then for photo, I always pick burst. So now my defaults are set up for like how I use it the most, and I can get to those defaults really quick because they're all set as the defaults, you know? So I have the time-lapse one, that's my selfies, or if I'm taking a photo of a place, I'll just go straight to time-lapse. Or if I'm like sort of putting it on my tripod and walking away to get a photo of me, it'll just be time-lapse and pick my favorites. That's what I use the most. Or equally the most is video, because I make all my on-the-go videos with a GoPro, so like video is the main default. And it's just ready to go and start videoing. I don't mess with the settings too much on that one. And then burst is probably the last one I use. I don't use it as much, but if I was using something else, it's probably that. And that just takes like a rapid 30 photos in like 1 second. So, you know, if you're trying to get a photo of a wave or like your dog jumping or something, it's not gonna keep going continuously like the time lapse, but it will just like rapidly get a photo in a short amount of time, like get you a bunch and you can pick the best. So that's all I do to set up my GoPro. And the last thing I do, they have this built in now. These never used to be built in. You had to have a different part. So I like that this is built in. You just pull them down. I attach it to my favorite selfie stick and it is ready to go. And this is my favorite selfie stick. I use the shorty pole because it fits in my pocket, it fits in the waist belt of my pants, it fits in my purse. Like, it's just very compact. Pop it in there and then pop the screw in. Professor Screw Eyes. You guys watch We're Back, A Dinosaur Story? I love that movie. Okay, so you pop that in and now that's ready to go. Like, I'll be able to take this on a trip, take this on a hike, whatever, it's ready to go. And the reason I like this one, I've said it a million times, because it's short, so it fits everywhere if you need to carry it, but it also extends out, so you have a little tripod as well. That's it, my GoPro's set up, it's ready to go. So that's the whole point of it, is like, it's simple, everyone can use it, you don't have to be a camera expert, like, you can get great photos and you don't have to like go through a photography course or anything like that. Like, it's made for everyone to be able to use and get cool photos and document their adventures. Like, that's what I love about it. I hope that helps if you do get a new one, you're just figuring out like what you need and what you don't need. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time.